Kia ora whānau, my name's Bianca and I'm a new mum. Now, some of you may have already seen my antenatal video where I went to the classes for 6 weeks with my partner Daryl, and then once you finish your antenatal classes you get put on to Plunket, which is a free New Zealand service that anybody can access, and I decided to do the peer course. It's a free course. And we spent each Tuesday for 3 weeks. I took Daryl the first time and then he went off to softball training, and I felt comfortable going the rest of the time by myself. We did have a small class, but it was a nice environment. And one of the first things that we talked about in our first class was keeping your baby safe during sleep. So with the antenatal, they tended to focus on what was happening to you, your pregnancy leading up to the birth, and then Plunket deals with what happens after baby's born. So keeping your baby safe during sleep. We talked about the garments that baby was going to wear. We had little dolls that were the size of a baby. We would dress them, undress them, put them into the bed and get some hands on. We also discussed nappies, and also understanding the sleep and the wake cycles with your baby and connecting and communicating with them. They're saying that when you change your baby's nappies, this isn't just a chore, it's not another way to engage with your child. So that was one of the first classes. They also brought up a company called Bellyful, which is a charity that provides meals for families newborns who are struggling with illness. So if you do have a problem in that area, give Plunket a call and Bellyful will come and help you out. And also the 6 principles of protecting your baby's life. Smoke-free, clear face up while sleeping, gentle handling, be close to a parent, and breastfeeding. We also went over breastfeeding again, which we did in the antenatal class, so it's obviously something that is very important. If you cannot breastfeed, don't beat yourself up about it too much. There are other options, formula, etc. So we also were given the winter courses for the Auckland Women's Centre. These are paid classes, so but there is a single mums support group, so that may be something that might be useful to you. We were given this really cool New Beginnings baby checklist, which gave you an idea of everything that you may need. And as you can see, I've started ticking stuff off. Some things I'm just going to wait until baby's born. I wouldn't mind a breast pump, but I may not need it. Do I need 10 bottles? I've got 1 at the moment. If I need more, I'll get it at the time. Something that was super important, one of the most important classes in our last class, was child restraints. And you cannot leave the hospital without a car seat for your baby. It's as simple as that. We did buy a pram that came with a car seat. So it was more of a capsule, and then we put it in the car. Of course, me being pregnant, 39.3 weeks, I found it really hard to get around and put all the seat belts in and get it right. So Daryl attempted. It took him about half an hour, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to ring Plunket and go down there. And because when I put it in, the seat was quite wobbly and I didn't feel comfortable with that. So once we went down there, they actually got a piece of material and rolled it up and stuck it in between the car seat and the back seat of my car. She attached the seatbelt in a way which made it really simple, and I also got a peg so that I could pull my seatbelt out the whole way and clip it so that the seatbelt didn't keep going back in and locking. And that would be a pain in the butt. I can imagine that the only place I'm going to be going for maybe the first couple of months is to the grocery store. But as I said to Daryl, I said, there are no room in the car parks to be opening your door really wide, taking the entire capsule out, putting it in the pram and back again. So I can imagine that I've decided that the car seat will just stay in the car, and I will take baby out and put him in the pram, or carry him and go to the supermarket with a blanket and put him in one of the little capsules on the trolleys there. So it is about getting it secure and as easy as possible. And of course your car seat comes back and locks the car seat in. So I felt a lot more comfortable about that. It's illegal for you not to have a car seat, so make sure that you get that area right. There's also, I didn't realise, you can only have your car seats for a certain amount of time because of wear and tear. So be careful when you're buying second hand. I couldn't see a number on my car seat, so I'm assuming that it's okay. But it was an area that I did have problems with, and I'm glad that Plunket were there to help me with it. So we in Auckland, we have, excuse my phone, we have Waitemata, Auckland City and Counties Manukau, but Plunket is all over New Zealand. You just have to Google it, and if your midwife hasn't already put you onto a Plunket nurse, get in touch with them. They come to you at 5 weeks, 8 weeks, 3 months, 5 months, 9 months, 15 months, and 2 years. And some of the things that they cover, they have a family centre, and if you have an unsettled baby, they'll help you with that. They'll help you with the best breastfeeding and nutrition and the child's behaviour. There's the parenting education, which is free. So you get your parenting for the first 6 weeks, then your growing baby from the rolling, crawling stages, your moving baby through the walking stages, your active toddler, supporting the terrific twos. So yeah, it's not terrible twos, it's terrific twos. We'll see about that. And your curious young child, parenting up to 5 years. The car seat services, and there's community groups. So take advantage of these people, whānau, you know, they're there to help us. It's not as in-depth as the antenatal classes. Antenatal was 6 weeks. They packed in a lot of information, but it is about what happens afterwards, and they are there for you for a number of years afterwards, so you've got loads of time to suck them dry of all their knowledge. The other thing I did want to touch on is childcare. I am a sole trader. I have my own business as a hair and makeup artist. Some of you may be employed. Some of you may be stay-at-home mums, but you may still need a support network. I've got a father that's going to be my manny when I can get him used to holding the baby and not being too scared. Mum will be around on the weekends, and so will my partner. But, you know, for those days during the week where I have clients and contracts, I've got to have an alternative. So I've gone for Kāori Kids, and just get hold of your local creches, childcare minders, and the one I've gone to is actually connected to my gym, which I was surprised about, and it's around about $6 an hour, and they do take newborns. Do I really want to leave my newborn child there? Not really. However, sometimes you just have to. You still got to pay the bills once you've had baby. So have a look at those options. Have a look at the enrollment forms and agreements, and go in there and hang out and see what the staff are like. I thought it was really funny at the one I went to, because there was like a little boy in a pink dress running around, and kids were screaming and running around all over the place. I didn't mind. It's their space. The babies were all happy. None of them were crying, and that's all that matters. So have a look at your childcare providers just as an option and a backup, and check out Plunket. I'll leave all their information below for you to contact them. Ka kite anō.